Dark and difficult times lie ahead. Soon we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy.
What do you do when you can't handle being in a job where people are now trying to hold you to account more than ever, meaning you can't get away with your poor habits? Any ideas? Well, let me tell you what you do. What you do is spend tens of thousands of pounds of taxpayers' money harassing the person who's holding you to account and their family, involving as many of your colleagues as you can possibly get away with. And then when you find you can't actually do anything legally about it because the person you're harassing has every right to hold you to account, you make up charges so that you can take him away from his family and children and remand him in prison on what I currently believe to be a charge of stalking. And I also believe he has had no trial in order for a judge to take away his freedom, considering that a judge is the only person allowed to do such a thing for more than the legal time frame police are allowed to hold someone. But this is where we find News Now Scotland. News Now Scotland, like many people, not enough, but many, likes to exercise his rights, in particular his right to film and photograph in public. Now, this has already been deemed as okay and legal by 3 magistrates in a recent case involving Spitshine 69, something that me and Spitshine will be discussing in an upcoming video. Although News Now Scotland is, funnily enough, in Scotland and Spitshine 69 was in England, but you would think that rights are rights no matter where you are, especially human rights. Now I'm going to show you the incident that apparently sparked all of this, and then I will show you what happened after. Simply because the police are so used to getting their own way and getting away with what they do that they have to intimidate and coerce in order to keep their dirty habits hidden, instead of simply changing their habits for the better of the public and of the police force in general.
Excuse me, I'm a police officer, okay? I've just come in from here. What is it you're doing with your phone? What is it you're doing with your phone, please? But you can't just walk around. It's called a breach of the peace, okay?
R versus Hubble.
If you're upsetting somebody.
R versus Hubble. You feeling threatened by me recording?
Well,
you feeling threatened by me
yes.
exercising my right to fucking
what's your
expression?
What's your issue?
You are.
Yes,
I feel threatened by you trying to touch me. I feel under distress.
I'm not trying to touch
What's your? You said you were a constable, yeah? What's your name and number?
It's Leslie Clark, 0080.
What's the issue?
Well, that's what we're asking you. What is your issue?
What's your issue?
You're outside the police
You came to me.
at 10 o'clock at night.
You came to me.
You're videoing the police office. You're videoing
And
the
that
police
is.
cars.
I'm videoing
Right,
what you're doing.
can you just tell us what it is you're doing?
I'm getting evidence.
I'm a police officer, okay? I've just come in from here. What is it you're doing with your phone? What is it you're doing with your phone, please? But you can't just walk around. It's called a breach of the peace, okay?
R versus Hubble.
If you're upsetting somebody.
R versus Hubble. You feeling threatened by me recording?
Well,
You feeling threatened by me
yes.
exercising my right to fucking
what's your
expression?
What's your
I'm
issue?
asking what's
You
what
are.
do. Yes,
I feel threatened by you trying to touch me. I feel under distress.
I'm not trying to touch
What's your? You said you were a constable, yeah? What's your name and number?
It's Leslie Clark, 0080.
Shoot you in 0050.
What's the issue?
Well, that's what we're asking you. What is your issue?
What's your issue?
You're outside the
You
police
came to
office
me.
at 10 o'clock at night.
You came to me.
You're videoing the police office. You're videoing
And
the
that
police
is.
cars.
I'm videoing
asking
love.
what you're doing.
Can you just tell us what it is you're doing?
I'm getting evidence.
Right.
Oh, she stole my phone. Stole my phone.
Private car.
Stole my phone.
Don't come over here.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah,
Over
come
here,
on.
Okay.
Look at this.
That's my private.
Look at this. I don't care if it's your private
Okay.
car.
I have a
This
right.
is my private body.
Listen, I have a right to work.
I have a right to take
okay?
pictures.
Okay, so
I have a right to
come
take
into the police
pictures.
office, please.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Unlawful detainment. What crime do you suspect me of, constables?
Called a breach
We're
of the
asking
peace.
A breach of the peace. R versus Howell. You ever heard of it? Have you ever heard of it? Have you ever heard of R versus Howell? Don't be switching my phone off, by the way.
Switching it off. I'm locking my car, which you've
Well-
just made me leave after duty.
After, exactly, off duty, so you're a private member of the public, yeah? Uh-huh. That you've
Okay,
just
well,
put hands on me, yeah?
this is my-
I don't
this is
care.
my warrant
I
card
don't
here,
care.
okay?
And what crime do you suspect me of? What crime do you suspect me of, Constable? Let's use force. Let's use force.
Right, we're
Forceman.
not.
We're not using
Right.
force.
You are. You've got hands on me. You're using force.
Right, listen.
Help! Help!
Are you actually being serious?
I'm being serious. You just put hands on me.
What's your problem?
What is your problem?
You're videoing us.
And I'm a member of the public that has a right to video you.
Why are you videoing?
Because I can. Can I have my property back, please?
Well, can you stop?
Can I have my property back, please?
Yeah. I just wanted to see what you were recording. Okay.
What's your name?
Do you suspect me of a crime, Constable?
Well, you're shouting and swearing now. You're shouting
Why?
at me.
Why do you think that was? Because you just laid hands on me.
Well, you're shouting at me.
I'm
so-
feeling under distress.
Well, I would
Have
say
I
that's
not got a
I
right
would
to
say-
self-defence?
Are you going to continue speaking over me?
Am I allowed to?
Can you tell us your name?
Am I allowed to? News Now Scotland.
Right, okay, well, what we're quite within our rights to do is actually to leave the.
Yeah, what, a public space? Here, I'll tell you what, love. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Constable. You want to put hands on me, yeah? Here you go, Constable. Here you go, Constable. You want to touch my property, yeah? You want to touch my property, yeah? Here's some property that you can touch.
I don't see it.
Here you go, can you read, Constable?
Hold it still then.
What is it?
Shall we get a bit of light on the subject, shall we?
I can't see what it is.
Can you not see what it
I have
is?
no idea what it's about.
Well, come on, we'll show you, huh? Come on, we'll show you, shall we?
What's your name?
Watch this, doesn't matter my name, Constable. You
Right, okay.
reasonably suspect me of a crime, Constable! Huh, Constable? I don't care if you're off duty, Constable.
What you're doing now
What I'm doing.
is you're shining a light in my face.
And?
Okay.
And?
If a member of the public was walking past, would you shine a light in
Yeah.
somebody's face?
Yeah. It's especially if they put hands on me, yeah.
I asked you what you were doing.
No,
because I'm
you
quite
asked
within
me,
the rights to ask
and
you
I,
what you're doing
and I
because you're in the public.
respectfully denied your request.
You were filming my car.
I don't care.
Well, I do.
Well, I don't.
What's that? Excuse me, don't
No.
get
My face,
in my
please.
face.
Sorry.
Get my face.
This is public space. This
Okay,
is.
well, I'm telling
If you
you
want
to get out of my
privacy,
face,
if you want
okay?
privacy,
No.
take it inside.
I'll go and tell them.
Take it inside.
You want to just hang about with me?
No, thank you. Am I being detained, Constable?
No, I'm just asking you.
Well, no, thank you, Constable.
Well, you've been standing filming me, didn't you?
Oh, I'm taking. Make sure this one's getting recorded. So, would you like to take time now to read this, Constable? No, not interested in your act pose. You're not interested in the Association of Chief Police Officers, no.
I don't want to do that. You
Thanks for the content, officer.
What's that?
Thank you for the content. News Now Scotland. Media. Am I not allowed to be here, mate? Am I not allowed to be here?
You're not allowed to film me. That's what you're doing.
Oh yes, I am.
No, you're not. Since when are you allowed to? When somebody's driving
Since
their own personal car,
since right.
Since when?
Article 10 gives me the right. Aye, just go. Because you see, you're a bunch of tyrants. Ain't you, Leslie? A bunch of tyrants, man. News Now Scotland, you know who I am. Thank you for the lawsuit. No, I'm free to stay. Am I free to go? I'm free to stay then.
I asked you a few simple
Yeah, well your training's all wrong.
you refused to answer.
Which I have a right to, yes. And then you think you can put hands on me, yeah? Get a sergeant out here. I want to make a complaint, please.
After the constables retreat back into the farm, News Now Scotland spends approximately 15 minutes trying to get a superior officer to attend to the scene, but was refused. On multiple occasions after this incident, he tried making complaints against the officers as he feared there would be retaliation efforts against him. But each time I believe the complaint process was made as difficult as possible or simply denied, many constables suggesting that they're not allowed to take complaints against their colleagues, which is in fact untrue, as police constables are duty bound to take complaints against anyone except themselves.
Okay, what happened?
She threatened me.
She threatened you.
Threatened to seize my phone.
Okay, when was this?
A couple of nights ago now.
Right, okay. Because you're making...
Winford Road.
Okay, because you're making a complaint regarding an officer, okay, we can't deal with that, okay? It has to go through Police Scotland's procedure, right? For that, have you got access to the internet? Okay.
I know for a fact that you can take it. It says that any officer can take the statement.
We can't take a statement for a fellow officer. That's not the procedure for Scott. I'm not telling you rubbish.
Why is it on your website then?
Well,
it says that
we can't.
any officer, I can go to any officer
and make a complaint, but
Yeah.
not about another officer. The complaint would be about a criminal offence.
Alright,
So,
for a member of the public. Alright, okay.
If it's about a crime, then yes, they can do it. But if it's about another officer and their conduct,
There's
we
also
can't
the
take that
sergeant. The sergeant that was there that night, you know.
Okay.
Pushed me to the garden.
Right, okay. That would definitely then have to go through the procedures. Okay, if you go on the police
I mean, he did it physically. I mean, he just like he kept on. I was obviously intimidated to back on
Right,
the garden.
If you go on the Police Scotland website, and there'll be a bit in there about how to
See,
make
but the
complaints.
problem that I have is, see, I don't want to give my name. No, this more. I'd rather give my name professional standards.
Well,
Because you see, the lassie that threatened me to take this, they went up to the address that I came out of, and it started mouthing off about the address. So I don't know if there's going to be retaliatory, or whatever it is. I don't know if they got retaliate against me. I don't know. So I'd rather professional standards get my name.
Okay.
I can give you a contact information. I
It
can
would
give you.
go through that if you fill in the
No, well, ask for my name.
procedure.
It says it's mandatory. I tried.
Unfortunately, it is mandatory for you to make a complaint.
So I'll just
You
go
would
do the
have to
Queen's
put your
thing.
name on, because
Well, I wouldn't.
otherwise we won't know how to get back to you.
the same body, and they need your details so they can get back in contact with you
No,
about
no,
the
no, no.
complaint.
Well, no. Not use.
No,
Professional
not.
standards needs
Yeah.
a contact. So an email address, so they can then contact me. I can then
Yeah, but that's
email
why
them
you've got
my
to give your details.
No, I don't need to give my details like that. That's what I'm saying.
Now there's at least a further 5 minutes of News Now Scotland trying to explain to these spineless cretins that they can take his complaint as evidenced on Police Scotland's very own website, but alas, to no avail. Now after these and some other interactions with Police Scotland, News Now Scotland found himself with a court order not to film or photograph off-duty police officers. Now I think this is important to note that the court failed to restrict photography or filming of police on duty. As I think we all know by now, there is absolutely nothing that prevents him or the public from doing so, although the police like to try and intimate that it can't be done. Now we see how many more police try and intimidate and create a crime based on how they feel rather than based on facts or law.
Making sure they don't violate rights. What? Just making sure they don't violate your rights.
Can you ask me why you're filming, please?
Yeah, just making sure. A bit of a story. I'm a journalist working on stories.
The journalist needs you work for, sorry.
I work for myself.
Okay?
Independent.
Okay? You put the camera off, please.
Why?
I'm asking you to put it off.
No, it's okay. This is now for my protection. Is that okay? Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Not at this moment in time, we're just trying to establish why. Hold on.
I just want to make sure you were safe, eh?
Stay with me a second.
Oh, am I being detained?
Well, my colleague just wants to check your details.
Well, do you suspect me of a crime?
Are you able to pass me your ID or anything?
Do you suspect me of a crime?
Are you able to pass me your ID?
Do you suspect me of a crime, Constable?
Listen, we're just trying to check your details.
Sergeant, are you the sergeant? Are you the sergeant?
Listen, he's speaking to him.
Right, it's okay.
Just hang fire.
It's okay. No, it's okay. If you want to unlawfully detain me, you can. We're all good. Get to Morrison's if you want to follow us. If you suspect me of a crime, I'll give you my name. I just want to jump over here.
Listen, don't jump on the road.
I'm not going to jump on the road. I'm
I'm
walk
worried
over
about
there.
your safety right now.
Oh, you're worried about my safety? He's just grabbed me,
Jump
yeah.
over the other side of the barrier.
Well, we'll come over here. You're worried about the safety. We'll come over here.
I'm worried about your safety, so just come over here. Look.
Yeah, well, come on in.
Jump over.
Aye.
Jump over here. Look.
Let go of me first.
Jump over here.
Let go of me first.
Listen, I'm worried about your safety. I don't want you jumping on the road. It's a busy road, okay? So jump over here. You gonna come over here?
No.
You're not gonna come over.
Is it a lawful order?
I'm worried about your safety.
Is it a lawful
I have a
order?
duty of care. I'm worried about your safety.
Is it
So
a
can you
lawful
jump over
order?
the barrier, please.
Is it a lawful order?
Listen, come around here.
Yep. Just off duty. So you've unlawfully detained me, aye?
I never said you're detained.
You've grabbed me,
Worried
yeah.
about your safety.
You grabbed
because
me,
you're
yeah.
jumping on the road.
No, I wasn't. I've got it on camera.
That's absolutely fine.
Can you come round the roundabout? They've detained me. They've grabbed me, yeah. I need more cameras, there. Right. Right, quick.
David, look, come round here. Stop me standing on the road, alright?
Yeah, I'm coming. You don't need to drag me, though.
At this point, the two constables, even though they were aware that News Now Scotland had not breached any bail conditions, continued to waste time for a further 5 minutes or so. Now let's see just how far this goes and how much money and resources Police Scotland are willing to throw at a person who simply likes to film and photograph. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting for one moment that Plod might not be annoyed or pissed off that they're being filmed. But the problem is, it's not a crime. They might not like it, they may find it intrusive, but so do many of the public who have to allow themselves to be filmed for almost every minute of every day that they're out in public with zero recourse for us. And it just so happens that the police have a bigger gang than the rest of us and are not afraid to drag in and coerce their colleagues to help them with their reign of intimidation. So let's see what happened next.
No. Does David stay here? That's not our intention. Okay, we're here because we've got a job to do. We're here because we've got an arrest date. That's the point we're here.
What, you've already said you're going to arrest him for section 38?
Yeah,
Not quite. Exactly, it's not even the same.
What's that?
It's like a crime when he's coming here to the...
But nonetheless, it is a crime. We still need to deal with that as the police. That's our primary function, to deal with criminality. It's not the crime of the century, I agree with you, but it's still a crime nonetheless. Other people all across the country need to be spoken to, arrested by the police. If you have any information as to where he is...
And who are you accountable for?
Are you going to give us any information about what's been David? Are you going to pass over any of our details on to him? Are you going to pass our details on to him? No, okay.
Can I ask who you're accountable to for your behaviours and your breach of the pieces and your fear alarm on people, the public?
Now the next two clips, I'm not sure which order they happened, but I'm sure you'll agree either way, It's a gross misuse of taxpayers' money and an absolute waste of police time. Take note of all the lies and BS these police use in their attempts to teach News Now Scotland a lesson.
You don't, and yet you're in here trying to search his house.
What number?
Who's here real search? What's the name of the warrant?
Excuse me, can I get your badge number as well, please?
What's
Thank
the name
you.
of the warrant?
What's the name of the warrant?
Yeah.
It's an address. 59.
Who?
Thank
It's
you.
not for a person, it's for an address.
And who are you looking for?
We're not looking for anybody, we're looking for equipment.
Property
Why?
Yes.
belonging to?
David Wood.
Why?
Because he doesn't stay here.
Why are you looking at property belonging to David Wood?
Because we have an
Is it
inquiry.
illegal to be able to keep...
You asked me a question, are you going to let me? We have an inquiry in relation to it. Because of data protection, I'm not allowed to tell you anything about David without his permission. He's not here right now, so I can't tell you about it, only to tell you there's an inquiry
Stays with me.
involving that, and that's why we need the
It
equipment.
stays with me.
He was a court worker, 25 me. Just to let you know, if you are going to be recording us, we are here for a warrant for recording devices. We will be taking your device as well.
Well, you're not allowed to take a, you're not allowed to take a phone without a warrant, so you have a
My
warrant.
device.
That's what the warrant's for.
My device.
No, it's not for
My
anybody
device.
else's, but David,
For this address.
David, you're going to try and take the phones because we're
You're
recording.
take my advice.
We will be taking.
You're not going to impede us executing this warrant.
We're not impeding you. We're not impeding you executing any warrant.
I never said you were, but this gentleman
Nobody
was.
is being impeding.
This
No, he
gentleman
wasn't.
was. Okay.
He was not
So I'm
impeding
asking you
you doing
nicely, if
anything.
everybody can try and remain calm until
Yes.
we're
We're
finished.
calm.
Just remember there's
We're
children
very
as
calm.
well. My
I
kids are in
appreciate
this
that.
house, and you are then
I appreciate
arresting
that.
somebody getting
They're
in
arresting his grandfather, their grandfather
Exactly.
in front of them.
If you can remember
A
that as
professional
well.
is that.
Okay, if you guys
There'll be
can
a
remember that
complaint
as
going
well,
in
that's okay.
via the complaints procedure. Okay? I'm well within my rights to put the complaint in against the way that you have treated the individuals in this house. Doing is unlawful. What you
Can I
have
see
just
that
done is
warrant again,
unlawful
boys?
and illegal. And I will give the evidence to
Give me
prove
your badge
that.
numbers. Can I see your badge numbers, please?
My colleagues are doing their jobs just now. When they're leaving, you can more than likely you can take their details if you wish. However,
I want their names on there.
the sooner that we get this completed, the sooner we leave, and then everybody can go back to doing
a
what
crime
they're
reference number for this so I can
doing.
then get my doors repaired again, please?
I don't have a crime reference number on me just now. However, we'll gladly give you one afterwards, because I don't have it to hand. And we didn't do anything to your doors. We just
No, but
opened
you
the
broke in
handle.
my bedroom door now. Which I need to keep him out of my bedroom because he takes
Well, I'm
everything
down
out.
here with you. I don't know anything about your bedroom
Well,
door.
well,
You
they're
don't
in
know
there.
anything about anything when you come for a warrant. If you were to speak to people and say to them, I understand you have a warrant, and I understand that gives you a right to come in and search because that's what it's for. I understand that. However, you don't need to go upstairs and bash in doors. You could say, there's a lock on this door, can you open it, please? And we'll quite happily
Okay.
let you in. You do not need to keep breaking doors down. When it's
I have to
perfectly,
put locks on things to
perfectly
stop him getting
advisable
into
to ask
things.
somebody to open a door
Excuse me.
and unlock a door. Does that not come with under the warrant? We have them right under the warrant to smash your doors open. Again, this will be something I'll be looking into.
Okay.
This is why the kids get the feeling of the way they do with them.
Yeah.
Or not, as the case may be.
I want to bring the little kitty into the living room just so obviously they're out of the way of any harm.
What are you thinking? I'm like,
No, but somebody could be carrying something, accidentally crash into something, you just don't know. Whereas if they're within the living room and they're happy, they're not going to get upset if they're around family members.
well, you have already upset them.
Terry was going to have one. To be honest, I don't know if he brought it with him because obviously he's away.
Where's George
So-
anyway?
They've arrested him?
Yeah, I don't know, have they taken him away or is he in the
I
van?
don't know. He's got a bad heart, by the way.
Okay.
You're going to end up killing him next. And then that'll be on news as well.
And then if you do while
Shooting
his son's
people away
been,
like that.
been remanded in custody at HMP Grampian, I wouldn't want to be used. And that's not a threat.
Are you recording this right now, yeah?
Something.
I'm wearing a
See how it's
camera,
acceptable
indeed,
for
yes.
you, though?
Sorry.
I'm just filling it.
Yeah, it's not fault. It's not him.
You'll need to see probably a medical professional. When you get to No, no. What you wanting, sweetheart?
What are we doing to Grandad George? Well, you need to ask that man.
Say to him, where's Grandad George? No. Grandad George, what happened with Grandad George, darling, was that Grandad George was standing at the bottom of the stairs minding his own business, and he was recording what the policemen were doing and the police ladies. And then because he was recording and they said he was in his way of obstructing their warrant, they arrested him, Grandad George.
What do you believe the case is?
Well, every case has its own merits. I'm not going to go into details of an inquiry when it doesn't relate to yourself, because the data protection I'm not allowed to speak about the details of it. So for that reason, I'm just not gonna speak about it.
Did you see the warrant? Did you read the warrant?
I didn't read it. No, but I've got a picture.
Was it?
They don't allow you to touch it.
You can read it, but yeah, you're not allowed to touch it.
Well, could I read it, please?
She's the homeowner. If she's happy enough, if you're happy enough,
yeah,
you can read it.
Yeah.
It wasn't for the recording though, they said it was for obstruction.
It was because he was standing here recording, because I was sitting
Yeah. If anybody was causing more of an obstruction, it was you.
Said anyway that they can't stop you from recording in your own home.
It's silently done.
They've gone out to the garden now.
Have you got other clients that you should be with just now? No. Well, that's a good job then, isn't it?
Are you not allowed to go?
No, apparently not.
Why are caterers have got other places to go?
Heaven knows. Mummy.
Yeah, Mummy. I can only carry one of you at a time.
No, Mummy can only have one just now. Will I take you, sweetie? You stay with me. You stay with me.
Where is George? Where are them?
I don't know. No, they took the old boy down to the police station.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Robin says he's gone down.
What, for recording them?
No, for obstructing them. I think
he didn't
it was.
obstruct him. He standing on the bottom of the stairs.
Bottom of the stairs, yeah. False allegations again.
Is this going to take much longer?
No idea. Just takes as long as it takes.
How long does it take to search for a phone and a GoPro? Is that because somebody's exercising their rights to freedom of speech, is it? Freedom, it's a bloody dictatorship, that's what it is.
Yeah, there's no freedoms.
No freedoms for anybody. You think you're at liberty, you're not. But that will change when enough people decide to back the correct people. And show people what is actually going on in the world.
I don't understand why they're not allowed to go home. They're just in France being a taker.
Why aren't they allowed to go home?
I'm not sure. I've not made that decision.
At the end of the day, they're just Gavin's carers. Doing a job. Like yourselves. Oops, sorry, sweetie.
You are tough. You getting tired waiting.
Where did I put my phone? I'm sorry.
Is
there where did I put that?
Oh, come on.
I'm sitting right here. I'm not going anywhere. Right now, Rose. Yeah, you sit there with person cover too. No. Now you see how this Yeah.
Okay. Is it a search warrant for this is, yeah?
Evidential search warrant.
Evidential search warrant.
It's a search warrant for a GoPro.
Which they're not going to find.
A GoPro, a phone.
If David's not here, his GoPro on his phone, they're going to be with him, are they not? So it's obviously not here.
I presume audio and visual equipment belonging to David. Well, I hope you're going to clean the house up and leave it as you found it. If I go upstairs and everything's tipped out everywhere, I'm not going to be happy. And he's going to kick off even more then. They're back in my bedroom again.
He's in the kitchen. No, I think he's upstairs too.
Ah, they're in my wardrobe. Near the doors. Back your tins up there. You putting your jacket on? Is that yours? You need your jacket on too. Leave your jacket off.
This has got nothing to do with you. It just happens to be your address. It's got absolutely nothing to do with you.
Are they finished now? Well, is that GoPros and GoPros? Well, what have you got in there? Have I get a list of what you've taken? A list of what you've taken?
Yeah, they're quite off, so I'll provide one once you finish the search.
Alright, we need to search.
What else have you got there?
We're not finished yet. If you wait till the end, I'll tell you then. Okay?
We're needing a search downstairs as well.
Oh, come on.
Downstairs. So you want to go upstairs to a different room?
No, I want to see you.
We're not. What are you going to do?
Arrest us for obstruction.
You tell us to go here, tell us to go there.
Excuse me, please.
We need to search the room. So we're asking you kindly if you could move to a
Even if
different
you-
room while we complete the search.
You're asking us kindly, which means we can decline the offer.
I'm trying to be polite about it.
Well, I'm trying to be
You
polite
can be arrested
also.
for obstruction of search if you don't comply.
Well, then you'll have to put somewhere for that one to go as well, because then there's nobody to look after him and he needs 24-hour care. So you need to arrest him
in
also.
order, so it's not to be upsetting him, it would be
I'm not
helpful-
upsetting him.
Well, your behaviour is upsetting.
Your behaviour isn't.
Well, I'm trying to be polite to you.
But your behaviour
I'm
isn't
trying
upsetting to all these
speak to you
people in this
politely.
house.
I'm trying to speak to you politely.
And your behaviour isn't upsetting people.
I'm trying to speak to you politely, okay? Nobody's shouting, swearing, or getting aggressive, only you guys. I'm trying to be polite to you so that it doesn't upset the children and doesn't upset this gentleman here. Speak to you politely, okay? Nobody's shouting, swearing, or getting aggressive, only you guys. I'm trying to be polite to you so that it doesn't upset the children and doesn't upset this gentleman here. Okay?
What do you see?
So whatever would be less distressing for this gentleman, if you could please help him to exit the room with the children also.
The policeman has said, can you please go and stand or sit over there? Policeman. Bye. Well, I'm hoping I can take my hand by date there, maybe not, but I'll leave it there.
Yeah, that's no problem. You can just come in and
Yeah,
try
you
and
do
sit
that.
down here and
Right.
that's
This is beyond a joke, this.
You do realise that your activities break up marriages.
Just now, I think, until we're nearly done.
You do realise that your activities also break up marriages.
Breaking up my house?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm afraid my ID's left at home. But I do work. She does. I'm her senior. Yeah, for fuck's sake.
So they can go and sit in there with Gavin, but we've all got to come out.
It's okay, Mum's here, up there.
Okay, whatever.
I've lost one. No, no. It's okay, just sit down here. Look.
I'll have a look at that in more detail later.
I'm giving you a dummy. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, socks. Oh. Take your socks off. We're going to have to leave that.
I'm just going to put glasses through there. I've never got 2 pairs of glasses in my head.
apps for his YouTube and
I'll speak to my supervisor.
So what they're trying to do now?
Where is this now?
Take his iPad.
Oh,
Well, ask him for it.
They might be arresting when he turns around and punches one of them as well.
Well,
That's what he'll do.
he's got to go if he's not.
It's okay. Let him.
Yeah?
It's the carpet.
Go see him messing the bedrooms off.
Yeah.
Go see him messing the bedrooms off.
Magic carpet. That's not a magic carpet.
Bathroom's okay.
Just knowing.
No, fine.
Gavin's bedroom's fine.
Fine.
Your bedroom I can't say, but it looks not too bad. There's not been a mess left.
Does my bedroom close?
Your bedroom door closed. Have you got the keys if it does? Yeah. No, it's jiggered.
So everything's going to be in our bedroom next. Because you have fucking empty my bedroom.
Flashing my bum soon. I'll be getting done with indecent exposure. Nobody wants to see my bare bum. That's for sure.
Mama, I like to go on my tablet.
Well, we can't leave just yet, baby. So,
I like to go on my tablet.
I know, but
Does the search warrant actually include the gardens and outhouses and everything else as well, or does it just include the house?
And if the search warrant's meant to be for GoPros and phones and stuff like that, why are you into everything?
If you want to see the search warrant again, then you can.
Yeah,
Well, he said, well, that's what he read to me, that it was just for stuff that belonged to David.
What's your question?
Yeah.
I would like to see the warrant.
Can we read it to see what it says?
Oh, but can I get it close up so I can actually read it? I
I understand, I'm just trying to keep in the light for you, that's all.
Honourable Sheriff of Grampian Islands and Ireland, aforesaid occupied by David Wood. The petitioner therefore craves the court to grant warrant to any constable of the Police Service of Scotland, together with such assistance as may be required from employees of the Scottish Police Services Authority, to enter the premises with Old Aberdeen, aforesaid including any associated lockfast cupboards, and if necessary to use force for making such entry, whereby breaking down open doors or otherwise, and to search the said premises and secure and take possession of any mobile telephones belonging to David Wood, any GoPro and associated SD cards, any camera or other form of electronic recording equipment, and associated storage devices for same any laptops, computers or tablets capable of being used by David Wood to upload videos to the internet which they find there, which they have reason to believe may be relevant to the investigation of said crime. It says there cupboards and the property, the house. It says nothing about gardens and eight buildings.
And how do you know these things that you've already confiscated belong to David?
I'm not going to alarm any children. I fully appreciate that. Okay? But I've got a warrant for entry. Okay, so I'd just like you to open the door for us because we do have power of force entry. I'd much rather you just open the door for us.
Yeah, but that's a last resort. I'm willing to come with you, I just don't want you's already scare my children,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not wanting to do anything like that.
Yeah, well, you won't be entering the house. I'm willing to come out, but I've got to wait until obviously she comes back, innit?
Okay.
No.
All what you need to do, David, just open the door. I won't come in. Okay? Just so this
I don't
door is
trust
slightly
yous.
open. Okay, I won't come in.
I don't trust yous.
Okay, David.
I'm willing to come out, no problem.
Right.
You're being live streamed as well now.
Okay, that's fine.
So is this for the incident on the 21st?
Okay.
Is this the incident on the 21st?
It's a warrant we're trying to pay. I'll explain.
Yeah, well, explain it. Explain it.
No, I've got it right here, David.
Explain it.
It's a warrant. It's an
Constable,
apprehension
please,
warrant for
explain
your-
it, Constable.
Okay.
What for? Articulate it. Articulate it.
David, there's an apprehension warrant for your arrest.
For?
I'd just like you to open the door.
Police! Police, no warrant!
Are you a fucking idiot, like?
Under arrest. Put your baby down. Put the wee one down, David. Put the little one down.
Police! Police! Fucking standing here at the fucking window and you're saying fucking, what are you?
News Now Scotland is now believed to be being held on remand for stalking, although stalking comes under the umbrella of harassment and needs to be a course of conduct, generally 3 separate incidents reported by the same person. I'm only making this video based on the information I have available, but I'm sure that Fluke Dog or Spitshine or some other channel owners might be able to shed some more light on this in the comments. However, I felt the need to point out that this guy, no matter how much of a pest the police might deem him to be, hasn't broken any laws. You can clearly hear throughout the interactions when he asks if he's suspected of committing a crime, not a single constable could answer him. So instead they spend tens of thousands of pounds on harassing him and his family, taking countless cops off the beat to raid his family's home, and the cost of holding him in jail. Albeit they seem to have saved money on a trial, when in reality the police simply need to learn to accept that the public are not happy with the way that they behave, and that we now want to make sure the police are held accountable instead of having their crimes covered up all the time and allowed to continue with their piss poor policing habits. These actions taken by Police Scotland are being done in an attempt to frighten others from holding them to account, to protect themselves from the scrutiny their poor behaviour is being put under, so they can continue to act outside of the law with the public left in the dark. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay safe and remember to film the police. Good night all. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like the content and you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so. In the description of every video there are some links to ways that you're able to help support the channel so I can continue putting out content. If you're unable to help us in that way, hit that subscribe button up the top there. If you haven't already, become a subscriber. That is support enough. Share the videos, comment, like, it all helps. If you're looking for something else to watch, up top there is my latest video. Down the bottom there is a video that YouTube recommends for you.